Yeah. Well, okay, we're just gonna go through the formality. And yeah. Oh boy. Oh, boy, boy. Oof. All right, well, on ka diwa higa joko. So what I'm gonna see is nyari. Kasi dance rio yo just how no ji and just going to star ronata roni. Retenuada do goron gagaria gesa, yoti soto as the tanka garakwa dano yetin the stars in Gonzagi dano go stop nigga nungwe. Retenuada do sawo yerde ne tkundon hetzelat gaus. A grades and e garnet the gerdo dano guego or quads de no to super. Retenuada do Yeti solte gonhan när då när det hetstone är gonna go here that I har quick. Dam dawa jag har hetsarna då att stassarna när gonungwe. Dam dawa jag har hetsarna asat ni got där again ganyanga haga. Radi nato ronata roni dano riska det wage. Dano dam dawa jag har hetsarna när aguego on a gordon gayana dasara go on eskana. Okay, so a very short opening here. As you know that whenever we get together for council ceremony, anything of importance that we always have to carry out. The Honda Gotti with Deco first. Wow, we're really getting smoked out. This sage is really burning like crazy.
The natural one, you can even smell it.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna
The
open
natural,
this thing here.
The view bro, you know, when it
Yeah.
mentions the natural.
Yeah. Wow, that really lit up. Okay, so anyways, as you know, we always begin by giving our thanks to the great spiral of creation. When you look up into the nighttime sky, you're not looking into cold, dark, empty, lifeless space the way that non-native science would lead you to believe. No, you are looking into the living, vibrant body of our great mother, a sky woman herself. And so we give thanks to her, to Sky Woman, as it is she who has given us body. Spirit, sorry. Oh, my mind is really, I'm really beat, really tired. We just finally finished our law recital today, 22 days complete total, so it's very tiring. So we gave our thanks from there to our grandmother Moon, the beating heart of our Mother Earth, as it is she who has given us blood, to our Mother Earth, regardless of what color you are, what language you speak, where you were grown out from her, or what you imagine divides us. We all come from the same mother, making us all one family, sisters, brothers, all relations, all together. And so we give thanks to her, to Mother Earth, as it is she who has given us body. From there, we give our thanks to all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother, as they carry the sacred title of life giver into the world and are to be honored and respected as such. We give thanks to them, for in this world, they give us purpose and direction. From there, we give our thanks to Sawo Yerda. This is the great spirit, the energy that flows between all things, that which gives spirit life to everything. And so if you think of, just for instance, you think of this right now, if you are seeing this live or at a later date, later time, well, you're watching this on either a computer or maybe a TV or a screen anyways. So just think of that thing without power. No power, no electricity. Well, you're not going to be watching anything. So just imagine from there, what else is in the room where you're at right now? How many things are powered by electricity? What do you need? I mean, what needs electricity in your house in order for it to be able to work? Well, this is the power in all things. You think of it like in your electrical appliances in your house. Well, think of uh Saoyerda. Saoyerda is this power, this energy flowing between all things, but all things in the natural way, where what we're thinking of, like electrical. Well, it's got to be connected, a plug. It's got to be plugged in. So, but Saoyerda is the unseen, the unseen power energy that's flowing between all things, connecting us all together. And then from there to Gundin Hetzerat Gauss, this is the life givers in all strains of life. So you have Saoyerda, which is the life, and then Gundin Hetzerat Gauss, which is the different strains of life. So you can say, like, you look at the human body and you can say Saoyerda. And then Kundun Hetzerat Gauss would be maybe the different appendages that we have. And then you can articulate and then you say, oh, I got a, what are these called? Bicep. And then, oh, I got this forearm and bicep. And then you can go into, well, you got hands and then fingers and break it down more and more. So the Saoyerda is the energy that flows between all things. Kundun Hetzerat Gauss, the mothers, are what makes these things come into being, and then what keeps them perpetuating, keeps renewing them. Imagine, like, if in your body you got your all the cells that make up your body. Well, you probably never think of this, but you know that they were created when you were a baby, forming you in the mother of your in the belly of your mother. But when you were a baby, you were this big. Now I'm this big. So that tells us that the cells that we were created with, the size that we were when we're this big, that they just kept multiplying. They kept dividing. So that tells us that the original life of them, the original birth, that it's not limited to there. The life keeps renewing and growing. So Tkundun Hetzerat Gauss is when you were this long, when you were just a fetus, and to make you grow a little bit more. That's Tkundun Hetzerat Gauss, the mothers that of the cells that make them divide and expand and create you. So Tkundun Hetzerat Gauss, the mothers of all things, all strains of life. This is beyond even areas that you can imagine. It is, if you think of, like, say, I don't know, if we've got, say, 10 feet of something, 10 feet of life. Well, in the first instance, Kundun Hetzerat Gauss makes it expand from whatever it is to from 1 foot to 2 foot till we get to the 10 feet. And the Saoyerda is what keeps it going, what keeps it alive. So there's two things happening here: the life force and what keeps perpetuating it. So it's it might be hard for you to imagine where this separation is, but there is a separation in this of Saoyerda and Kundun Hetzerat Gauss. Saoyerda being the energy that flows through all things and the mothers of all things. So just for an example here, the mothers of all things, well, let's say mother of a human, who gives birth to a human. Well, we know that at a certain point that the human, that is the new human, is living within the mother. It can't live any other way up until that certain point where it's going to be born. So Saoyer, Tugundun Hetzerat Gauss, the mother at that point, gives birth. Well, then now that is outside of the baby, outside of the mother. So now there is something continuing that that energy, that life. That's Saoyerda, the spirit that flows between all things. And anyways, so we give thanks to this and we identify it as all things within creation, that in order for you to understand where you are, you gotta be able to identify. This is part of the 4 sacred ceremonies of, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Of where, the naming comes in. That once these things are created, it's important to name and identify so that you can give easy reference, that just like you name your children, you know, you're not gonna say, like if you got a half a dozen children, you're not gonna say, child of mine, you know, if you want to talk to one of them, hey, my child, I guess some people say that, but if you want to, talk to one specific, well, then you got to identify their name. So if you just named all your children, my child, and then later on in the future, you call, hey, my child, but you want to talk to that one, well, the naming that you gave was really, too generalized. It's not good enough for you to be able to, even communicate. Because you got to identify who you're communicating with. So anyways, as we found out in the, law recital, that the naming of things is very important. So it's very important that we identify what we can maybe sense or feel floating through us. It's important to identify it. That is Sawierda, the energy flowing through us. Okay, so we give thanks to that. We give thanks to, Kundun Hetzerat Gauss, all the mothers in all strains of life, and we identify that we give thanks to them, the women, the mothers, for in this world, they give us purpose and direction. From there, we give our thanks to, all the waters and all the medicines, all the shapes and forms they come in. Our ancestors carried a good mind, and we ask them to help us to show us how to return our mothers back to their natural seat of authority within all our nations, so they can manage all our people properly once again. Basically, that's it in a nutshell. As you know, if anything is left out, well, then you put it in its proper place where it belongs. Okay, so we really only came here tonight to touch base because it's Saturday night and we got to touch base. But we just got out of 22 days now of law recital. So we need a break. We were just coming just in case there was anybody here, if anybody wanted to ask any questions or had anything to say about law recital. If not, well then, I don't know if like for anybody here, if we want to do that right now, if you want to do that now, or if you want to like wait until next Saturday. We'll, or Wednesday even. Yeah, okay, so we're happy to be done our 22 days. We're happy to be free now. Now we are free. As you know, every 5 years, we are bound by law to get together and to do an assessment of us. It's an assessment. It's like a step. It takes 5 years to take this step. Well, then at 5 years, you stop and you look back at what your step was and you to make sure that it was right or proper, and anything wrong, well, then you would adjust it, you would correct it. So we just took a big step and now we're ready to go to sleep. So yeah.
Nobody.
There's nothing, there's nobody. We're gonna say good night. So let's see now. Yizagahawe, I would done some hodo for tonight. Ayoki at again, yet so to gunhan there, though not the heads and gonna go here, that the hawkway. Dam dawe, Oran heads it because it's Tassera and a guego on a gourd of Guyana Rassera go on a scano, dono. Asset niga dardige, ganyaga hagar, radinator, nata runi, or dana, riscarewage, dana aron hetzer and whist hunzage. Yeah, a goigo on a gourd, Guyana Rassera go on a scana. I already said that. Did I already say that? Too tired. So now we'll go. We'll see everybody Wednesday. We'll be back into the regular rhythm, back to the Wednesday Zoom. So now we'll go see everybody Wednesday.